Hello everyone, I'm Great Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 51 of Factorio with the Z-Block mod, where we are trying to figure out how we are going to make solder, because we have 3 different ways of making it, and the most efficient one is directly from ingots. And wait. Now I'm confused a little bit again. What is different? Oh, this is just making... No. Of course. We are missing all the middle steps. So yeah, this is the worst one, where we smelt everything into plates and then make them into solder mixture and then smelt the solder mixture. We would rather not do that just because of how inefficient it is. It is very easy though, compared to the rest. We can also make molten solder out of solder mixture that we can make from plates, which is 33% more efficient. But the most efficient way is to do it directly from ingots. And yeah, that's also the most complex way, I guess. This looks simple, but we then need to actually have the ores for each of these and stuff. So it would be nice to actually have some of these ingots on a belt, if we want to do the most efficient way. Maybe we should just be heavy with the second most efficient way. It is only half as efficient though, resource-wise, and probably power-wise as well, and we do need to think about that in this scenario. So this requires, what, 900 watts plus a little bit. This requires 2100. Oh, kilowatts, sorry, not just watts. So 2100 kilowatts. Yeah, so it is a lot more energy efficient as well. It's just that we haven't really designed any of this smelting stuff with that in mind. But I guess I should have thought about that. Can also smelt everything locally for the solder if we want to. So we need to get rubite in for the lead ore and bobmonium in for the tin. But that seems almost more... Well, it's easy to make, I guess, but it's just a lot of space for not very much. And then when we need to mix 2 other ingot types at some point, we will have the same problem. I mean, if we were doing a big base and had trains and stuff, I would just make a dedicated area just for the solder, right? Yeah. And export stuff from there. And that would mean we would need the rubite and stuff for that locally. Unless we were doing ore sorting somewhere else, of course. But yeah. I can't decide. If we just have the ores on a belt somewhere, that's also a possibility, but we don't need to mix the ores at any point, do we? We just need to mix the ingots. Well, I don't have a lot of recipes just yet, so... But yeah, for example, bronze is also copper and tin ingots. And, I mean, we could just have some of them on a belt. We do have a lot of space here where we can actually have belts, so maybe we should just claim that and start working on this stuff instead of complaining. guess we also want to clean up a little bit, because this is very messy, to be honest. I don't think we would want all of the copper ingots on a belt at some point, would we? Oh, I mean, okay. I guess we can still have dedicated setup like this and just have extra belts with stuff that we need to mix. That makes sense, I guess. But do we then take the ingots from a setup like this and just belt them out? Can't really go under this just yet. But that could be an idea. Or just make one dedicated setup to making iron ingots and one for copper. Well, we get both of those from the same thing, I guess. So dedicated setups for ingots and then have separate smelting for mixing ingots. I think that sounds the most reasonable. I'm just a little bit hesitant to do it because it seems like a lot of work. Let's start by just moving everything, all of the belts a little bit, because they are a bit in the way. Let's get rid of this. And we're doing the same thing with copper. Maybe we should just merge these a little bit better, because we do need to put this back onto the belt at some point, as well as all of this. Well, that's not really an option right now, is it? Because I want all the space reclaimed, so nope. We could do filter inserters and have a backup of both copper and iron, but I don't really think that's the best idea. We need some brick. Always problems with the inventory, but I guess I just picked up a lot of cover, so I guess it makes some sort of sense. We obviously also want to remove this chest with junk. That should go in here at some point. So let's just start putting stuff there. This is a mess to sort out, to be honest. I should probably have dropped all of my stuff in a separate chest beforehand. But we're almost done. And with that in mind of me shooting, who should drop my stuff in chest? Let's just get this down. Well, we do need to decide how to get all of this in. But I am gonna drop all my stuff in there soon to be able to transfer all of this stuff. Well, that's not a lot, but still, it should be easier that way. But if we want to also move the rest of the resources out this way, I guess we're still keeping this a little bit out of the way here. Maybe. I can't decide as usual. So I just want this space in here for other builds. So we really need this to go. Let's just do this to start with and then not put any more in there. And yeah, we should probably put all of that stuff in here. Maybe with the exception of some of this copper that we need somewhere else. And I guess we're removing that as well, then putting it somewhere else. I just can't decide how to store this stuff anymore. I guess we want the stone to move as well. So out here somewhere. Okay, so here comes stone instead. And I guess we are bringing wood bricks down that way as well at some point. So let's just leave space for that. So we can just have it there, the warehouse, I mean. If we want to. It's not taking up too much space. I don't have any underground belts. That is in the way. Well, let's get all the stuff over here so I don't have to store my own stuff anymore. Oops. Okay. How about something like this? We need power, of course. So we could do it like that, at least for now. We will move it later, but this just gives us a little bit more space. So there goes stone. We also need wood to come in here. Let's just move that. Oops. So we wanted to come around up here, and I guess we're just making all of this into land, so there's no problems. And for now, we are just taking it from here. We might redo it later, but for now, this is fine. Really? I'm out of belt before finishing that. Dang it. Well, we can just steal a little bit from down here to finish it. Wait, that was gray belt. Great. Can I make manually yellow belt? Yep. Okay. Let's clean our inventory a little bit and then grab more stuff that we need. I don't need the stone or the wood brick. This we should put into production. Don't need that right now. Don't need that right now, nor that. I think we will put the turrets in a chest at the ammo production, just to have everything together for that stuff. I feel like we have too much of this stuff as well. Oh, turrets goes right here. Also, I apparently have a handgun again. Let's get rid of that. And then I guess the extra ammo. My bad. Okay. So we have a little bit more space to work with now. These need to go back into yellow production. And I will just take some of that, not too much. Build that up and build this up. And then back to belt reorganizing. So this is all fine. I would like to fix the stone and slag lines, and we'll do that in a little bit. Let's just clean this up first. And I guess get this out here as well. And that becomes a little bit annoying. But I guess we're just doing that for now. Okay. Well, I guess we should remove this all the way. So that also solves some of our problems back here. That's nice. Oh, not problems, but some of the ugliness at least. And then we want to actually make a proper stone and slag sort of bus, I guess. So I guess we want stone to be here actually, and then slag to be out here. And if we ever need more than 4 belts for each, we should make a new area to reuse it, so we don't have to bring it as far. Well, these are supposed to be able to output half a belt, right? So for each of these setups we should reserve half a belt of slag. I think that is correct, though this looks like more than half a belt. Did we save this stuff? That confuses me all the time, yeah. So it is only half a belt. Good. And half a belt of stone. At some point we either need to reuse that stuff for slag slurry, or we need to make mineralized water out of it so we can clarify it. But for now I'm okay with this stuff. Because we do need stone and landfill anyway. But maybe actually later on in this smelting area we would just turn it into mineralized water directly and then clarify it locally, instead of having full belts of it everywhere. At least that's an idea. Okay, so let's just bring this all the way. So yeah, we had a plan here for 4 belts for each, but then we started building further out, so that's not possible anymore. So we're moving stone out here now. And we're just undergrounding that there for now. And I guess this, because this will be removed soon, so oh. I guess we will take care of that when we get there then. Okay, so this should be the other half of that belt. Just like that. And then we take the new next belt into use for the next setup. Let's just start cleaning up while we go down this line. So this is the leftmost line, and it should also be the bottom line down in here, but we'll deal with that soon, I guess. This should really be going under our new stuff instead. Well, for now we're just merging. We will probably fix that, maybe, maybe not. Let's get rid of this first. And the slag needs to go somewhere else. So that's half of a new belt, okay. And we need this space as well. And this needs to go out here. So those two should be able to make a full belt together. And then we have another half belt here. Potentially. It's not full half belts yet, but who knows. Maybe we will get there at some point. Okay. So those areas are reserved. But then we need belts for ingots and stuff. And I guess we want this to also get closer before moving to the correct lane. Like that. And are we just about done here then with cleaning up? I think so. It feels a little bit stupid how we are handling stone and slag at the moment, but it's just the easiest way right now, and we get stuff that we need out of it. So we are leaving that as it is. Okay, so we will have some space here reserved for ingots. And I guess we're just starting production of those ingots right now. Let's clean up there a little bit. So what would it take to make a full belt of lead ingots, for example? So 15 of these per second. We need 2 full belts of rubite in. We could do that at some point. To start with, I think we're just making a grey belt of this stuff then. Because that's just 1 yellow belt of rubite in. Which is, again, actually 8 of these lines making rubite. So that is a lot. At least for our current production. But yeah, this should just be what we have been doing already, right? So this without the smelting into plate. And without smelting into molten, I guess. Oh, we need the sulfur dioxide and flare stacking of that as well. So let's take this and clean it. well, we also need that, I guess, for the nickel ore for now. Still don't know what we're going to do about that, but until we do, we will just store it, I guess. Maybe we should look into it. Oops, I hit all the wrong buttons. Why can't it just select the search field automatically? So nickel ore. We can make nickel ingots of at some point. And we can do all sorts of stuff with that, I guess. Increase iron output of iron ingots. Make titanium. Or more titanium. Steel. Bronze. Invar. So it is a requirement in Invar, right? We don't have another Invar recipe that doesn't require it. And the same with nitinol. Because all of this other stuff is just, well, adding it into other recipes, I think. Yeah. But you can make bronze without it, just from copper and tin. You can make steel without it. And I guess you should be able to make titanium out of just titanium ingots, right? And the same with iron. So we will need it for these two at least. Or just to increase outputs of other stuff, but that's just a little bit confusing. So I don't think that will be for a while. Until then, I think we're just storing it, yeah. Wait, this should be the one, right? So this produces lead ingots. And those ingots goes here for now. I'm not sure about this warehouse because that is a little bit in the way. Can we do something where it is not? Just move this out, I guess. Where are our lines supposed to be? Out here. Let's just make a brick marking of that, if we had any brick at least. Do I really not have any at all? I guess not. So much junk. Let's put some of this in here. All of it, I guess. Nah, let's just keep a little bit of that for myself. I don't need lead in my inventory, I don't think, but for now, I guess it's fine. And grab some more of that. Please don't run out before we use it for what we need. So these 4 tiles, stone, so we can move it all the way out to here if we, or even further to here. I really just want that built to have a little bit more space around it, so something like that. That doesn't work too great. This is better. Go like that. Yeah, that seems fine, for now at least. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.